Why do red flags whisper at first? Why don't they just scream until it's too damn late? And why do the quiet ones cut the damn deepest? Well, my friends, we find the answers together. Welcome back to Ivories After Dark, and I'm Jack Rivers, your host. That's right. Saint, singer, sinner, villain. Just depends on who's telling the story, my friends. But tonight, I'm just your host and a fellow human trying to make sense of a different kind of trouble. Yes, old Jackie boy's diving a cannonball dive into the deep waters of relationships, and red flags, and why they're no bull. But we're here to find the answers. So, pull up a chair, pour something honest, and welcome back. Now I know, man, it's supposed to be about music, isn't it? Well, where do you think we musicians find the inspiration? See, you're here at Ivory's where the lights are low and the notes are always real, right? It's the truth somewhere between these keys. And I've made it my mission in life, at least here, to try and invite people to take a break from the matrix and listen to another verse in the Gospel of 88 Keys. Right now we're going to talk about the old classic red flags. I was north of here playing a gig at some supper house. I don't know if it wanted to be a steakhouse or a supper club, or it couldn't decide. It couldn't make a decision. But there I was in the middle of it playing. And I don't know, halfway into my set, dim lights, perfume was thick in the air, laughter, I don't know, kind of felt rehearsed. But halfway through my first set, she walks in. I mean, heels, 3-inch heels, 6-inch heels, whatever they were. I mean, just hitting the floor like a warning shot. And every light in the room caught it as if she was trying to blind me, God, and everybody else. But behind her, a man who was walking in who looked like he had been apologizing for years. I take my cue to start playing Under My Skin by Sinatra. Finally, the crowd actually starts humming and having a good time. And then she yells, "Play something happy. It's my birthday." You don't argue with rhinestones. I just kept in the groove. And of course she turns to her date and says, see, that's romance. You could learn something from him. I'm thinking, lady, I was born in a burning house, so I think the world's on fire. Underneath this suit and tie, there's a bunch of warning labels and caution tape. But I watched that man. I watched his smile just die in real time, as he said, hey, red flag, dumpster fire, party of two, we'll take the corner booth where nobody can see us. You see, that isn't a love story. That's a red flag with glitter on it and rhinestones. Why do we fall for them? See, red flags used to be so much simpler, right? Late nights, lipstick smudges, too much cologne. Now, well, trouble's got Wi-Fi. Trouble will post quotes about healing and self-love while they're keeping the score with about 10 other dudes in the inbox or DM, just waiting to be the number one draft pick, right? But we fall for red flags because chaos, it feels a lot like passion. Drama tastes like adrenaline. And the most important thing, peace. It feels foreign when you've lived in storms. If the shoe don't fit, you don't have to wear it. But here's the modern parade as I see it. You have always the victim. Every ex was a monster, a villain. And then you have the validation vampire. You don't know what they're really dressed in because there's so many goddamn filters on them, you can't really tell what's real and what's not. And then you have the instant soulmate. 2 dates and they're already picking out baby names. But you see these red flags. What does it do? Whispers to the ego. And the ego says, I can fix it. Newsflash. No, you can't. See, you can repaint the house, but the foundation stays cracked. Right? But what about the red flags that don't shout? Quiet ones. The ones wrapped in real love. The ones that break you soft instead of loud. Let's talk about that one. I knew somebody some years back, maybe longer than years back. I knew somebody. And there was a connection that felt right, but lived in the wrong chapter. You ever hear somebody trying to let go while they're still holding on? It's quiet. It's controlled. You see, her heart wanted one future. Her mind was begging for mercy. I'm here to bleed all over the place. And I heard the moment that her mind won. It was a conflict. You ever been there? Mind versus heart. Sometimes the heart wins. Sometimes the mind wins. But see, the heart and the mind war, that's a red flag that people never mention. Because it's not dramatic. It's not chaos and drama. But when somebody starts speaking from fear instead of love, it's not because they stopped feeling, but because feeling became too heavy. You see? And that brings you to the goodbyes. Goodbyes don't always show up in words. They show up in tone. You've been there. In the hesitation. In the quiet little drift. Sometimes the real red flag is timing. And timing does not negotiate. The cruelest heartbreak is the one where nobody did anything wrong. Love didn't fail. Life did. Two people come together, life sets up, rolls its sleeves, put on its steel toes and brass knuckles. It comes right after the two people that have that connection that they swear will last longer than the stars hang above. So, stop treating the red flags like punishments. Start treating them like education. Every red flag you ignored, every flame you walked into, and every slow goodbye you lived through was a tuition you paid for peace. It's an education that college can't teach and money can't buy. If someone's fear is louder than their love, they will break your heart trying to save their own. Boy, Jack, this is heavy. What does it all mean? Well, artists feel everything louder. We turn red flags into melodies. Right? Heartbreak into truth. And chaos into chapters. So you got to remember this. Moving forward, keep your heart open. That lets life know that it didn't beat you to death. But keep your eyes open wider. Don't chase what's running. And don't force what's fragile. And never confuse timing with worth. In 10 years, relationships will be monthly subscriptions. Swipe for companionship. You can see it now. $10 for honesty. And a post that says, now emotionally available. Red flags in full resolution. And people still wonder while they're lonely. So, let's get to it, shall we? Here's to the ones that taught us love, and to the ones that taught us how to survive it. Heartbreak stays long after the door closes. Has a way of just settling into your bones, just like old Smoky Joe, my wood stove. I come in on a cold day and that wood stove's going and that heat just embraces my bones. Well, so does heartbreak. Settles right there. It hums right here in the old rib cage. Some men, well, they try to forget their ghosts. Me, I'm learning to dance with mine. So if you hear something heavy in my tone tonight, I assure you it's not a performance. It's just the echoes. Just the echoes. I'm Jack Rivers, and this was just another verse in the Gospel of 88 Keys, spoken by a man that's learning to live with the echoes. And maybe I'm just trying to dance with the ghost that's created them. Have a great evening.